Look at us.
Just
look at us.
Such pageantry.
Who would have thunk it?
Such ambiance.
Not me.
Such class.
Hey, guys.
Ew, I looked at
Hey,
camera.
y'all.
That's so weird. I feel like Jim from The Office.
Breaking that fourth
I'm gonna
wall.
break so much fourth wall now.
We get to break the fourth wall now. The Gabe gifts will live. The Gabe gifts will live.
Oh, I feel so uncomfortable now. I want to cover my titties. No more gifts,
Are you
please.
insecure now?
I hate... You have gifts of yourself. I hate that my gifts end up in conversations that should never be used in.
Well, that specific gift that's out there, View.
There was one that somebody tagged me in about a guy getting pegged. And the girl didn't know it. Like, he brought it up on a date. He's like, yeah, we getting had you. She's like, yeah. and then somebody was like, hey, yo, somebody's using, hey, yo, is this you as the reaction? I was like, what are you talking about? And I clicked the tweet. I said, why am I being used here? Accurate reaction. Why am I being used?
Yeah, that specific gift is going to be linked to controversial things. It has to.
But
naturally.
Of course. Because what is the
You can't beat your hands on the table here.
Oh, is it
because of the mics.
Oh.
Yeah, the sound just goes up.
The pageantry.
We are broadcasting for the first time via YouTube. How you guys doing? Nice to see ya. Shout out to Key Radio. Shout out to Triz, aka Bahamas.
What a guy.
The
Baha man himself.
For hosting us in this beautiful, beautiful studio.
Marvelous.
Great things happening at Key Radio. We are now one of them.
Tremendous.
Welcome back to the concession stand. I'm Marlon.
I'm Gabe. Ew, why did we look to camera?
We looked at camera. We panned to camera. We're on TV now.
This needs to just be a podcast.
So we just pretend they're not there?
I mean, for the gift.
Is that what we're going to do?
But we have to.
We can't play to it?
I don't want to
I like them.
I don't want the news bubble to show up and be like, in other news, EG Canada.
In other news. You know that term they do?
Buckingham Palace.
Do you think there'll ever be an update to the news? And how they shoot the news.
As in outside of like...
We've seen every other format of TV evolve in some function or form, whereas news, I think more the bells and whistles around the news have grown, but the news is still the news.
I mean, Twitter is...
Lead with the blood, fluff piece, sports, news, weather, traffic...
Is that maybe just all there is to talk about?
Like, I don't think so.
What is there? What?
Because we know, especially in the black community, that's definitely not all that there is to talk about.
But what is there left? Okay, what is the more outside of it being human interest?
It's tough for me. I don't think it's definitely necessarily what they talk about, but how they talk about it. I think the news needs to be less biased.
Sure, but that's like small change. I thought we were talking about like structure. Like
no, that structure is rooted in almost in that bias because they have to play to a certain demographic. And
but that's like you can't blame the tool. Like the structure is the tool.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can use it in whatever way they want. But then they just use the tool to be biased.
But I'm saying if you have the format different. So for example, like we're talking about Pause Sam J, right?
Right.
And how that's an evolution from like a Bill Maher show.
Oh, Bill Maher. Oh.
Bill Maher, Mayor of Maher.
Yeah.
So that's the evolution of that, right? Where it's more so not on stage in front of a crowd, but real people in a room having an intimate conversation.
This is quite new. This is quite a new development in a very old.
But this is what I'm saying. Even that has changed, right?
Yeah.
And who would think that could change if looking at it?
No, you're right, because shows widely. I mean, the seats and the lights change and whatever.
The talking heads is the talking heads at the end of the day, you know? You put fucking a picture of the city behind them.
When you're going to talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think Jesus and Mero is a good example of like...
Z-Way, Jesus and Mero, those are great examples of people changing the format.
I don't know how I feel about Z-Way. No, I take that back. I shouldn't say that. Let me retract.
You mean the show or her?
Oh,
really?
I'm not sure. This is why I said I'm not sure how I feel.
In what ways?
So maybe I'm missing the joke. Here's my one option.
Okay.
Missing the joke is I know it's supposed to be a little kitschy. Like it's like a Stephen Colbert when Stephen Colbert used to.
Let me ask you this. Did you see her Instagram lives during quarantine?
I did not. I'm a brand new viewer.
And I feel like that is a part of the problem, which is what I thought was a part of the problem when I watched the show. There's no point of reference for people. A lot of people don't know why she's here. Don't know how she got a show.
This is very
exactly.
What is this?
And if you don't know her brand, then it won't. Sometimes it won't make sense.
It won't land.
Yeah.
But the audience, here's is my issue. Mm-hmm. So if I'm the showrunner, developer, I should know that wider audiences may not know her. So maybe start her on a different stage. But because they put her kind of forefront, it kind of led to everybody being like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think it should have been the digital focus first, and then gone to TV.
You know what did that before? That was kind of weird. Ooh. Remember the show Broad City?
Yes.
They were they're like an internet Comedy Central short, and then they built their, because that was from like a stage show that they used to do. And then, we have cameras. My fault. Ugh, this is terrible. Anyways, they used to be a stage show.
Yeah.
Then they turned into a little, whatever, like a video digital short, and then now it became a full show. You scale your audience
exactly.
And I feel like a big jump from social media.
Big jump from Instagram Live. You know what I mean? And granted, she's probably done tons of other stuff. I don't know her background to that extent.
And even that, the audience, we don't know.
We don't know. So I do know that she has the Instagram Lives that she was doing during quarantine, where like she'd have certain celebrities, white people on. Who was one big one? Yes, Jules, for example.
How is she? That's the same
girl. You
girl.
remember that girl that embarrassed Jules on Instagram Live? So that's what Ziwa was doing for the majority of quarantine, where she would bring on a white celebrity or someone that was sexist or someone that was transphobic or homophobic.
How is she getting these interviews?
Well, she was just asking them. She literally said on Twitter, like, please, can I talk to you? Because I really want to talk to you about blah, blah, blah. And the person would be like, all right, cool.
Sure, because everybody's bored.
Because they see the following. Right. They see how many people are like, yeah, talk to her. Sure. So her fans would kind of troll along with her.
Oh, my God, you'd love her. Oh, my God, she's so important.
Exactly. They'd set her up. They'd set up whoever. So, like, Rita McGowan. I'm getting
Rose
that name.
McGowan?
Rose McGowan, I believe it was short hair.
Yeah, who started the whole, Me Too.
She had her on and just dismantled her.
That's what's crazy, because a lot of people are letting a lot of things slide outside of her real trauma, but they're letting a lot of other behavior. They're like, you weren't like that even before.
Z-Way does not let anybody live on that hill.
Oh, no.
And she had this thing where she'd ask a question that she knew was either controversial to that specific person.
Right.
Or she just served them like a punchline. Like, oh, is that really what you think about blah, blah, blah? And then she'd get up to the camera and go into the camera and
just looking for a reaction. Like, where's this going to go?
It's like more of like a, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? What do you have to say? And so that shit was so hilarious because you're seeing them sweat on the spot.
And they're just uncomfortable by the whole
thing.
So
uncomfortable. They didn't, blindsided almost. They thought there was going to be a completely different type of interview. So it has elements of like a Borat, but like you said, it also has elements of like a Colbert.
But Colbert and Borat are of the same family.
Kind of, yeah.
Like they're into
satire, political satire.
Yeah, at different but
at extreme levels, and
very much
exactly,
so. Very much so,
varying levels. And hers is a varying level where it's kind of, and I think the way that they shoot it, I think, is a part of their attempt at the evolution of that format type of show.
Almost blending formats together.
Because late night show, you don't usually shoot it in 30 frames. Like, you don't, like, there's a lot of different things that just look visually different. It's a
little artsy, so it changes the kind of format of it.
Makes it look like a TV show.
Right.
Like an actual sitcom, like a Blackish or some shit like that. You know what I mean? And in doing so, she still has her guests on and she grills with the questions. Right. And now she also has her skits in between. Now, I feel like you're iffy about her music videos.
Okay, don't even get me started on that. Like that's so ridiculous I don't even need it.
But that's the Borat. That's the varying levels. I feel like...
But Borat had, like, Ali G and other things.
She's just starting. You can't do that.
No, but this is my thing. She gets a whole show, so it's just a lot. Let me get there. Can I get there? Can I get there? Can I gas it up and get there?
I mean, you can gas it up and get there, but give her, like, some grace.
But the show just came.
I know, but you can still give her grace.
Fam, most people need 5 to 20 years to get, like, a show. You can still give her grace,
though.
She just got a show in a year.
You can give her grace, though.
And I could be like, let me get
We don't know her background. What if there's more?
There could be so
She could be a writer.
I just got here. Let me get there.
Okay, but give her grace, though. Because you're already like, give her grace.
Can I
give her some time? Let her work the pocket. That's all I'm saying. Let her work. She got the footwork. Let her dance a little.
The mellow jab.
The O-line's holding it down. Just let her work. Let that girl cook.
Let the
Let's
pocket
see Wade
breathe.
cook.
Okay, which is fair. You know what? Because I've been saying this a lot this past month for a lot of people who've dropped a lot of interesting things that maybe are, controversial. I'm just happy when niggas is making money.
Touche.
Hey, what did Wale say? I'm rooting for everybody that's black.
Wale said that?
I mean, Issa Rae said that.
Yeah.
But Wale...
I was like, God damn, we erasing black women? First video?
Whoa. The narratives. Whoa. Flag. Two
black
flags.
woman erasure?
Whoa.
First YouTube video?
Foul. 8
we
fouls.
are flagged. They're coming for us.
Oh, no, the lies. I'm calling a tech on the conjecture. What is going on?
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Shout out to Issa Rae, though. I would never do that to you. Never.
Which is terrible. I'm offended. I'm deeply offended.
So is
deeply
Issa.
offended on
So
behalf
is Issa.
as people try to trump up more charges.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. What did you watch this week?
I watched the Upshot, that Mike Epps show with Kim Fields. It's not bad. It's actually almost reminiscent of the Black WB hour, whether the Steve Harveys and the Jamie Foxxes and whatnot. It's as close as we can get in the modern day to that.
Well,
It's more Wayne's Bros, if anything, but I think it's that.
I'll say this. I only watched the first episode because I was still like, ugh. But I give it grace.
You brought it back before I could. No.
But I give it grace.
Okay.
And so,
why is this a catchphrase?
the reason I give it grace is because I watched.
What's going on?
I watched.
You got a camera. Now you want to pump your tire. I'm giving it grace.
You mad?
Say it with your
You mad
chest.
to have a spiritual connection? You mad? I know my God, my Jesus.
I'm just saying. Stones, glass houses. Be careful. Wow. Let I not be smited.
Hey, I'm not the one smiting. I'm not smoting out here. I have no smiting powers. Oh no, nobody named Smitty. Nothing.
Smitty. Okay,
but
so
I watched my wife
that.
and kids,
and watch that to lead up to that. That's not fair.
No, it is fair. Watch. Okay. I watched my wife and kids on Crave. Send the check. And they basically, I watched the first season and it was not impressive in the slightest.
Wife and kids.
Not impressive.
That was when they had They had the dark skin girl.
No, that was actually just the first. Well, yeah, no, she was their first season. Yeah, first season, and then second season.
I don't remember her name.
They did the Fresh Prince thing too, where they brought it up, where it's like, there's something different about you.
Did you cut your hair? That's kind of
yeah.
I don't like that. Why do they do that?
Because they got to point it out in some passive aggressive way where it's non-threatening and they don't get to have to explain themselves. We just kind of laugh it away.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. So I watched the first season of My Wife and Kids. I was like, ugh, not having it. But you got to remember these guys, fresh cast. Never worked together.
So it's all very fresh.
Got to learn timing, chemistry, what the strengths are, what the weaknesses are.
Correct.
And then come back season 2 and try a thing.
And then try to round up and see where we are.
If season 2, if it's still not working, then we got to pull a Lily Singh and just yank that from the air.
Yeah, that's no longer, eh?
Thank God.
You know what?
Lily Singh is by far the worst late night show I've ever watched, and there's been some bad late night shows.
I am giving her grace, and I am just happy that somebody from Scarborough is making a jump.
Enough.
No matter how great or
she's not from Scarborough. That's first of all. She's from Markham. We're not doing this. She's from Agent Court.
Agent Court. I'll have you know, Agent Court is still Scarborough. For all my people, them ways on Meadowvale,
she's like borderline Markham Agent Court.
I will.
Those people do they even exist?
I will extend the grace. Because I'm happy somebody from Scarborough is making it.
It's called long distance to call her. You know that, right?
How bad or mediocre the content
they charge you roaming.
It's maybe not for me as a content viewer.
Can you say you're from Toronto if they charge you roaming?
This is a long distance call.
If you have to dial 1 first, can you say you're from Toronto?
Dial 1.
That's nuts.
I'm happy that she's making some money.
She's made more than enough money. I'm happy that show is off the internet.
I'm just like, you know what? A lot of mediocre people catch a lot of mediocre dollars. And I'm just happy.
And I'm mad at all of them.
Sure, I'm mad. I'm pissed.
I'm mad at all of them.
You know how much good work we're doing and not a cent. But that's beside the point. I'm just
look how many C in the circles we have.
You just like
we should start putting our C in the circles on a Patreon. I was going to
explain what you were doing, and then I realized it's already being captured.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Tisk.
It's not fun though. I don't want my closed captioning. Some people may still listen to us in podcast format. Therefore,
they're definitely still listening to us in podcast format.
Nobody watches
probably
video.
primarily podcast format.
Nah, you guys got faces for radio.
Hey man, we were not going to have lineups every week, so be prepared.
Don't look at my hair.
Be prepared. I watched a Tina Turner documentary this week.
Oh, you did get to that. How was?
Really good.
Very traumatic.
Learned a lot. Yeah, very traumatic. Just like it's such a story that like has repeated itself throughout music so many different times.
Oh, countless. And for the ones that we do know and the ones that we don't.
Yeah, I didn't know Ike Turner invented rock and roll.
Basically,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, you think that would be, like, bigger
more
information?
Publicized information. But it's hard to,
I mean, it's hard to acknowledge that guy. And they had him in the documentary, like, talking about some stuff. And
it was a really well-rounded,
yeah,
grounded documentary. It gave
really
a lot
good.
of different perspectives. Tina was very candid, which you hope to get
very
from people.
Candid.
And I was like, also, you realize I've never really heard Tina Turner, like...
talk about it.
Or even like talk outside of like, I'm really loving my music. I just got married to a white guy.
I've only seen Tina Turner, and I swear to you, I'm not lying. I've only seen Tina Turner on stages.
Tina Turner on stages.
I've never even seen her at an award show.
Tina Turner on Oprah once, and then Tina Turner in Mad Max 2 or the 3 Thunderdome. That one with Yep. Movie podcast. Mad Max 3 is the last Mel Gibson one, and she's like running the Thunderdome with the hair and the metal
Welcome
gear.
to the Thunderdome, bitch.
Yeah, very much that. And that's,
did you watch Waiting yet?
No.
Nah, you gotta watch Waiting, man.
I know.
That would be my concession suggestion this week.
It's like the third
Such a
time
great
I'll get
fucking
to it.
movie. This is your weekend to do it.
Yeah, but I got another.
You got the new scotch at home?
I do.
Gonna break it open? Look at the nipples.
I do.
I watched Malcolm X again.
Oh, what a great watch!
Is it?
Oh my gosh.
A great watch?
We're not Marlon.
A great?
So
we're saying great watch.
Last weekend we had quite the argument.
Great
about
watch
movies, and I know I said some things
like GREAT.
I know I said some things about your boys.
Watch
about Jamie Foxx in particular. I know you may have taken that personal.
Oh,
but let us not take that out on the greatest Spike Lee movie of all time.
Greatest Spike Lee movie. Let's go to the discography.
Do the Right Thing is his best movie.
I was about to see if there's any others outside of that because I was like, that's too easy.
This is a close number 2.
Spike Lee movies, Black Klansman, He Got Game. It's not better than He Got Game.
Stop it.
Do the Right Thing. Inside Man, definitely not better than Inside Man.
No,
you have got to be smoking dick to think that it's better than Inside Man. You forgot.
I love Inside Man so much. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mo Better Blues?
No, okay.
It's not better than Mo Better Blues.
Are we going to have the Mo Better Blues
Spike and Denzel.
Hold on.
We don't really have that discussion, though.
Spike and Denzel is what Leo
Spike and Denz.
Scorsese. Yeah, it's a legendary duo.
That's De Niro and what's his face?
It's De Niro and
Scorsese? Yeah. Hey, man.
But De Niro...
Peanut butter jelly.
When you have a good teammate, you have a good teammate. You work well together. But Denzel and Spike, that was like this thing for quite some time, which is why he put Denzel's kid in Black Klansman.
Yeah, no, I understand it for sure. Nepotism.
I think I need one more.
Black nepotism, I'm all for it. You know me.
Rooting for everybody.
Rooting for every one of them.
I don't think we see. I want like one more matchup with them because I don't see another black pairing besides Michael B. and
what story would they tell? Because
what's his name? Ryan
Coogler. Ooh, that's a good pairing.
That's their thing.
That's a good pairing. Did Coogler do Fruitvale?
He did.
Jeez.
Which is such a good movie.
Dog.
And then
It didn't hit me how good of a movie it was
It's
until
such a good movie.
that part hit me, and I was just like, "Oh, this is really good." I'm so invested.
It was the
He
dog.
got me so invested.
It was the scene with the dog when the dog gets hit by a car.
Why are dog scenes so like?
Because people
I don't even
really
have
like
a dog,
dogs.
and I'm still like
People
affected.
really like dogs.
Like I Am Legend.
Yeah, when you watch like years of Clifford the Big Red Dog, every time you see
Touche.
another dog,
Touche.
you're like, oh,
I have an affinity.
not Air Bud. No, there you go.
I love me
See?
some Air Bud.
Yeah, they conditioned you.
Never watched
No pun
Lassie.
intended.
Never.
was
Old
never
Yeller.
Lassie.
Nah.
Oh, no, Old
Never
Yeller.
seen it.
That's a classic.
I heard it was
Old Yeller,
extremely
very
sad.
traumatic.
Yeah. That's why I steered clear.
Spoiler from 100 years ago.
Homeward Bound.
They
Now that's a
shoot
feel
Old
good.
Yeller. Homeward Bound.
Homeward Bound? Come on.
That's very
Does it
funny.
get better with talking dogs?
No, Look Who's Talking is really funny.
Look Who's Talking is pretty
Oliver and Company is really good. What?
good.
What? The soundtrack?
Wishbone. Now there's a dog.
First of all, Wishbone's unbeatable.
Here's a story, Wishbone.
Is Wishbone
Grab
the dog from
another
Frasier?
tail. The same kind of dog, wiener dog, yeah. Is it a wiener dog? Some sort
or
of dog. It's like a
terrier?
white and
not
brown. It's like a
Oh,
roti.
yeah, they're
It looks like a roti. Looks like a roti wrap. Roti wrap.
Look, our OT skin.
Like old white skin.
Oh no, not that.
You know, an old white skin just get these brown spots all of a
The
sudden.
liver spots.
Just
It looks
oh,
like
is that what it
roti.
is?
That's sick.
Is that liver? Is that liver
That's what they
spots?
call it, yeah.
Why liver spots?
I don't know. I never probed the conversation.
Or the liver.
Excuse me, man.
I noticed you were spotted.
I've noticed you're sporting right
I
now.
like your drip, mama.
Was that leopard princess? Ah, she got the purple leopard print.
The leopard. The fucking
purple
leopard.
leopard is
The
nuts.
fucking purple leopard.
Yes. That's sick.
I also watched some Seinfeld,
Classic. So you just had a
some Entourage.
travel backwards.
Man, Ari Gold.
Have you seen the video of Matt Damon yelling at the guys from Entourage?
Oh yeah. That's old. That's of
Somebody just showed it to me recently.
Matt Damon's a good sport. I've
I
noticed.
fucking hate Matt Damon. I don't know.
Are you
why.
Jimmy Kimmel? Like, chill out.
And what's funny is I found out about this Jimmy Kimmel Matt Damon thing way later. I was just like, no, but fuck him.
I like it. I love their feud. It's so great. It's like Steve Carell and who was it? Was it Jimmy? It's Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Their feud's great at award shows.
And it's so real.
It's
and you're
so
like, no,
good.
You're like, is it? Maybe they don't like each other. Like, nah, they're all right.
Steve Carell's also a good sport. He's one of those guys that award
comes
shows are
from-
like,
but he
can you
comes
do
from
this
that.
little bit for us? Oh yeah, he's a bit guy.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He'd probably be looking around saying, anybody want to?
Anybody want to bid up? Huh? You know,
You know
do
how
something
with
for the gram?
Improv people are like, they're fiends when they can't do improv. They're like, yeah, come on, put me in a sketch, man. Put me in a sketch.
Come on, man. Let's go through movies.
Come on, come on.
A, B, C, D.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Don't say no. You got to go with
I'll
it.
be kitschy.
Go with it.
Come on, just say yes.
You watch anything else this week?
Not a hell of a lot, actually. I caught up on that Lois and Superman show that I thought was going to be really bad, but it's actually not. It's not bad. It's not like Marvel, but it's for what it's trying to do. It's not bad.
Why do you say that's not bad?
It's a riveting story. It's a non-traditional Superman story.
But what parts of it are good? The writing.
The writing is like realistic. It's like, oh, if Superman was doing this is what he. I mean, it's still like CW era type stuff. It's still not great.
Like it sounds like. See, I'm just picturing like the OC.
I think it's a little bit. It's a little bit like the OC.
Please don't.
It's a little bit like the OC.
No, please don't. No.
Yeah, it's the OC with Superman.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's good.
Well, we're gonna have to get used to that. I don't know.
Party people, spaces, sharing spaces.
So the Friends reunion, my girl's been watching that.
You again? She watched it like, or
She's
or
still
is
she's still
talking
not
about it?
finished.
She's like, there's
yeah.
so much to unpack here.
Yeah. So
I never knew
I've
about
been
Phoebe and Rachel. Oh my
subjected to
God.
that.
They love them so much. Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it because it came out that David Schwimmer and Jennifer Aniston were really trying to smash, but it never worked out.
Well, what's even crazier is Courtney Cox and Matthew Perry. Is that his name? Yeah, Matthew Perry.
Yeah, Matthew Perry.
They're distant cousins.
Ew. I mean,
So they've been
I mean, what's distant?
yeah. Third cousins?
Ew.
Yeah. You should still know. I feel like
that's like a shared grandfather or something. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, our grandfathers are brothers. Ew.
Yeah, no.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, very weird. And then on top of that, what's it called? There was a list of the 27 black people.
Oh, yes.
That appeared on Friends. Do you have the list? Do you have the link?
I can pull it up. Give me
I think at one point it got so bad that they couldn't find enough black people in the show that they started using people who didn't even have names. Like there's one that's like black kid that looks at Matthew Perry
on couch. Yeah. And it's like a famous black
yoga
actor
instructor,
too.
Like some just random shit.
There was a few of those. There was like delivery guy. I'm like, he was there for like 13 seconds.
And can you even call them black people on the show if they don't have a name on the show?
Well, that's what shows you. I think it was done in like anger. But I don't think it was done like, oh my God, look at our 27 black people. Like, I think it was like, yeah, the thing is we only got 27. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
I think it was more like that,
but that's what I'm saying.
Which is why they added those other ones.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you added like a delivery guy. You're like,
but that's what I'm saying.
Trying to drive home the thing.
Trying to stretch it out. Like, they had Aisha Taylor, Gabrielle Union.
One of them is Taj Mori, a.k.a. TJ Smart Guy. Interesting
Who
fact.
Is bringing back Smart Guy, your favorite show. He's a smart guy. Smart guy. So, are you excited?
Very excited.
Are you going to be watching it?
Oh my God. I'm tuned in.
They just brought back iCarly, and apparently it's not that bad. I haven't watched it because I was never an iCarly. Yep.
Yeah,
nope. Touch me.
I mean,
it's cross cameras.
Like I'm not a mad. Again, let everybody make some money, and I'm glad everybody's enjoying themselves, right? But that's not my content.
Nah,
that's not for me. But proof of concept, I can bring something back that was kind of old. Let's see.
That's a lot of the things.
Everybody likes it. Everybody wants a black sitcom, anyways. I think that's
really a lot of the things right now, though. Proud Family's coming back.
It could be like Young Sheldon, but the reverse. We saw old Sheldon, and then we got a young Sheldon. We saw young TJ. We can get old TJ.
Do they bring back
smart old guy, smart millennial?
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother.
I hope so.
Do they bring back ATL?
Omar Gooding. I hope he does.
And Baby guy boy from ATL.
Oh yeah, Jason Weaver.
Jason
Weaver, aka from Drumline.
He should come back.
AKA Young Simba.
He should be in the show.
He has to be in the show. He has to be. There's no way he's not. Yeah, he is.
I don't know. They'd be bringing back shows and not bringing back people all the time. But everybody had
a good relationship.
Orlando Brown ain't coming back.
No, but okay,
for a Proud Family.
Orlando Brown's not coming back for a very good reason.
But
that's a very different
situation. He's completely reformed.
Jason,
he's actually preaching at churches now.
Let him keep getting reformed. I don't know if we're going to rush him back just yet because
I don't think you just
the doo-wop doobity that's still fresh in people's minds.
I think he's still the porn that he created still lives on the internet.
Still lives.
Yeah, all those videos of him doing drugs still live,
and it's very fresh in our mind, as opposed to Jason Weaver, who's never done a bad thing to anybody and deserves every chance.
Yes.
And he's going to be fine because anytime he does an interview,
what was that song he had?
Everybody supports him.
One call away, you was my baby. You remember that with Chingy?
Oh my
Don't
goodness!
Rush for me, one call away. Yeah,
that's
you was
hilarious.
My baby.
I did not know that.
Jason Weaver, man.
Young Simba, the legend himself.
Okay.
Anyways, I have the list of people from Friends. That is irrelevant.
Let's go it.
We have
start at the irrelevant ones, like the ones with no names.
I'll go all the way to the bottom. Episode 7, season 7, episode 12, The Fireman, who's now on Grey's Anatomy and Chicago, whatever.
Was that Jesse Williams?
No, it's the other guy.
Oh, the guy who dates
Buff dude, who's now a firefighter.
Bailey.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. The Man.
Just The Man?
Season 7, episode 10. The Man. Black characters that look at the Friends cast always say, this is insane. Here's an example. The Man. That's just what his thing says.
Oh, my God.
In Christmas episod. And the kid, Taj Mori. He's in season 2 apparently had a lot of black people. Never again. Kyla Pratt.
Ratings went down.
In another episode.
That's some big blacks.
That's disgusting.
The big three?
The biggest.
Big three of blacks?
Jennifer Lewis.
Wow. Jennifer Lewis stay with a check, huh?
The legend.
Stay with a check.
the waiter.
She's like the best aunt. She's always a relative.
100%.
Always a relative that flew in too.
And
she's never the relative that just was there all the time.
The best relative to pull up with. Like she's the one
man.
You're like, oh, I mean, it's gonna be a boring get together. And oh my god, Aunt Julia.
You know what's interesting about her? She's one of the only black actors that I know that is cast based off her actual personality.
There's nobody else like that.
She just acts how she actually acts in real life. It's kind of like a Michael Cera or
right.
You know what I mean.
Somebody's gassed off their personality.
We don't have a lot of black Michael Ceras
and like actor level at that as well.
Exactly.
Right? Not like, oh, you're a funny comedian.
No, like you're good. You're actually really good. So we don't have a lot of those.
Legendary, like she's like a big stage actor somewhere time as well. So she's got quite a resume.
I think it's because you got to overachieve as a black person, so you feel like you don't want to box yourself in. Black people are very...
that's not their original goal, right? And on TV is not their goal. They just want to be a stage person.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, the money's not bad over there. Might as well.
Yeah.
Some of them are just dancers. A lot of people just started off as dancers.
And I feel like black actors, in to be specific, have to navigate being typecasted a lot more than white actors. Sure. I think most minorities have that same shared struggle where they all are fighting not to be the token Asian,
right,
or the token Mexican, or
they kind of just have to toe the line in some capacity until they can really do their own.
You know what I mean? Like, how many white people can really be a staple person? Like, unless it's personality driven,
right?
It's never race driven,
right?
Whereas if you're a Mexican guy that's bald, you're now cholo or glamour.
The chick from Ugly Betty who's in Superstore, America Ferrera.
Oh yeah.
She was very much fighting off she's everybody's Mexican little sister or daughter or whatever. And then
how do you fight that?
I guess roles, maybe get outside of yourself. And sometimes you just have to really show yourself in a really good role doing that, unfortunately, to like move on to the next thing. I don't think you should like off of just your person, like, oh, I'm too good to be playing these roles. I think you should take the roles, sometimes get paid, and then elevate when you can. But you shouldn't just be like, well, fuck them.
Well, I think it's, for me, I think it's like more of you got to play the game. Yeah. So the game, as in like the Hollywood game, where it's like you got to go to the award show, you got to talk to this such and such, you got to shake hands with these people, you got to become friends with the media.
Right.
Let the media get to know you a little bit better. Let Variety cover you.
You kind of have to be a little bit of an influencer for a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to tap dance and play their game so that they can get the content that they want from you. Right. And then they say, okay, we can use her for content. People like her. The numbers are good. Yeah. The metrics are looking nice. Then we can continue with her and put her in different spaces.
Right. They identify your brand and they're like, we can work with this. This is something that, I agree with you. Exactly. That's definitely the case. But I'm happy enough to, again, people are getting paid.
People are getting paid. All right. There's 30 Plus Twitter got a question. Very, very necessary question. It's one has to go.
Oh my goodness!
Between these list of cartoons, on the cartoons we have Pokemon, Rugrats, the Thornberries, Power Rangers, SpongeBob SquarePants, Doug, Arthur, Powerpuff Girls, The Proud Family, Recess, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Rocket Power, and Fairly Odd Parents. Which one are you getting rid of, sir?
What am I getting rid of? To be quite honest with you, like, it's a very easy choice. Fairly Odd Parents can kick rocks.
Wow.
They're gone. I'm sorry. This is an all-timer list. If they were in their time slot, like whatever they were doing in 2003 at 4 p.m., maybe they can have that conversation. But this is a heaters list. This is all time.
It's between Rocket Power and Powerpuff Girls for me because I've never seen Rocket Power.
Rocket Power is
but Powerpuff Girls I feel is so much hype over plot.
Rocket Power was like the Weekenders on skateboards, fam.
I mean, that's what I heard. I've never seen it, but I know a lot of people love the show, which is why I cannot go with Powerpuff Girls. Powerpuff Girls has to go.
So you're going with Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah, hype over plot.
Mojo.
Hype over plot. Yeah. They stole that monkey from Dexter. Stop. Stop.
Are they a shared universe? Is that the thing?
But the same animators.
Yeah, it's everybody from Cartoon Network.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of great ones on this list.
Can't Steal the Monkey.
Legendary. Doug,
Evil Monkey
legendary.
started with, well, it wasn't even Evil Monkey. It was a good monkey that whenever they put that helmet on him, he would turn into a superhero monkey.
Oh, yeah.
And he had that hot chick with the big tits that was in love with him. And she would do sexual innuendos with bananas and shit.
I forgot about that.
It was like because Dexter would have those sub shows that were inside the show.
The mayor
the
and
mighty,
the-
you had the Mighty Men or something like that. Some and it was like there was one
completely
character that looked like
forgot
Van
about
Halen
that.
with the guitar. Yeah,
Oh
Dexter had it, man. And then they had Mandar.
I don't remember.
That's how he laughed. Mendel?
That sounds so familiar, but it
Mendel. I think it's Mendel.
Mendel?
Dexter, hold on. Dexter's Lab.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is a very good show. That's an underrated, very artly put together show.
Mandark. That's his name.
You gotta show me a photo.
Mandark?
I'm struggling.
I might be Mandark for Halloween, yo.
I'm struggling here.
It's a vibe.
Oh, that's,
And he was in love with Dee Dee?
I thought this was the sideshow. No, this is what's his face. That's Dexter's little nemesis.
He's his nemesis, yeah. It's
And
great.
that motherfucker is basically the bad guy from Fairly Odd Parents.
Do you remember how Dexter's Lab ended? A lot of people don't remember this, but they remember this episode, which is I find incredibly weird.
Weird, you say?
Yes.
No, I don't remember the last episode.
Do you remember Omelette du Fromage?
Omelette du Fromage. Oh, that was the last episode?
So there's the episode.
That was the last episode?
Bro, so he gets the tape. He gets the tape to pass the French test, so he gets all the French terms put on the tape.
It's, whatchamacallit, yeah.
Walkman or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the tape skips in the middle of his sleep. He's trying to retain it all in his subconscious. And the tape skips and it just goes, Omelette du Fromage, Omelette du Fromage. He wakes up and that's all he can say. It's just like the Bart, I didn't do it episode. And he becomes a rap star. Like he gets his own magazine, Omelette du Fromage on late night shows. He's on Leno and shit. Then he gets home after all the ruha and he goes to his laboratory and it's like password. And he's like, Omelette du Fromage. And she's like, incorrect password. Please say the password. He's like, Omelette du Fromage. And then he just starts panicking, keeps on saying it. Initiating what? Self-destruction mode. Self-destructs, and he's standing there, and you realize that it's all been in his imagination, and he's been in his room the entire time. There's no lab.
That's how it ends?
There's no lab. It's just his room. Remember how big that lab was?
Maybe.
And you thought, how did he
You know what?
in the house?
That was such a traumatic episode for me. I've blocked it out of my memory.
Might be. A lot of people don't remember that. A lot of people don't remember the Caillou episode where it ended, where he had leukemia.
Yeah.
And it's like a slow pan out.
Made up? Is that real or is that made up?
I feel like I've seen it.
No, I think that's made up.
I feel like I've seen it.
Because Caillou's still cranking out shows right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, of course he's going to be cranking out shows, but like he overcame the leukemia.
I know. I think that's
found a donor.
I think that's an old one. Bone marrow now.
Caillou finds bone marrow.
That's crazy.
That's a dark episode.
Please strike that from the record. That never happened. My God. No, Caillou, I don't think people made that up. I think Caillou's still cranking out numbers right now. But I think people want that to happen.
Because he's such a bodry little kid. I hate that you.
There's only one reason.
I hate that little you. Hate him.
No, what's it? Dexter's Laboratory? I did not know it ended like that. Okay, what would you pick? You're saying Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, Powerpuff Girls. We out of there with that.
Ed, and Eddie's a strong one too. Yeah, that's the only two that I'll hear conversation on.
Yeah.
Anything else is rather stupid.
Another show that they're bringing back, Gossip Girl. XOXO. But it's black this time.
Oh, really?
There's black characters.
Why did I say it like that? I didn't say it like that.
There's a lot of black characters.
Word? I've never watched it.
A word?
A word, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, Gossip Girl, July 8th on HBO Max, of course.
Yeah, they definitely cast in the wide net.
But
I'm confused. What do you make it black? Like there's just going to
there are black girls. There are black girls that are on the cast.
Black girls on Pretty Little Liars on Gossip Girl.
No.
Wait a minute.
Blake Lively.
What's Pretty Little Liars? Is that
Blake Lively?
Is that a different show?
Yeah. You think about a different show.
I've
Completely
merged them in my mind as one thing.
That's
XOXO Gossip Girl is the same thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
There you go. XOXO.
Why don't they have two shows at the same time that are basically the same show?
Because that's what white people do.
That's so weird.
There's a million of those. That happens all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah. The OC One Tree Hill, basically the same
Same
show.
shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Three's Company, Will and Grace.
I mean, they weren't on at the same time, but yeah, for sure. Definitely the same show.
Tiffany Haddish will produce and star in the biopic on an Olympian and 1980s icon, Florence Griffith Joyner.
I'm very excited about this. This is the one time I got to really talk about my track and field feelings.
I'm interested to see how this goes. I've never seen Tiffany in a dramatic role.
Yeah, but she has a very dramatic life, so I feel like there's something that she
could definitely dig in there for sure.
I can see it.
I feel like this is her opportunity to cross over into a different field, kind of like a Lady Gaga when she did A Star Was Born. Whereas now it's like, you're kind of like, okay, I can see Lady Gaga acting. Mm-hmm. I can really see this happening. Tupac, Poetic Justice, all these. Well, actually, before the Poetic, just Juice. Juice is probably his.
Like Bishop did Raheem and Juice.
And he made you actually really hate that nigga. Like, you forgot he was Tupac. Like, you wanted to really. I
forgot it was Tupac. I said, this nigga's a menace.
This nigga's a demon.
So you need to get this guy out of here.
He's a demon. I see Mad Max stealing llama fly. Fuck, I can't get that song out of my head.
Bring it all the way around. California Love music video is borrowed from Mad Max Thunderdome with Tina Turner.
It is.
But that whole video
I love that dystopian desert look.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
It's always a vibe.
It's can't lose. But I always feel like I might be the one that survives. I know.
Best dystopian desert vibe is
Beeline?
No.
The Road, very dark.
Very farther back. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's on a planet.
Total Recall?
Total Recall.
That is very good.
Best dystopian desert movie I've ever seen.
Total Recall's really good.
That is a great movie.
Good choice.
Great movie,
good
man.
Choice. No,
that scene where he's losing oxygen and his eyes get big in the face. I was like, okay, makeup team.
No, it was peak. It was a peak team. It was a peak team.
You know what's another old movie that doesn't get talked about enough? War Games. Fucking love War Games.
Yeah, it's fine.
Very unrealistic computer situation. But when I was a kid, I was like, yo,
that's
scary
like me
shit.
And The Fugitive.
But now,
the movie The Fugitive sold.
It would never work in 2021 because there's too many of us that are computer savvy.
But maybe the guys,
you didn't download Norton? What do you?
I mean, you're not wrong. Like nobody's. Where's your firewall? So
proxies.
Everybody's so open.
You go incognito. No incognito mode.
Not in the incognito. Turn it black. Turn it black.
Dark mode.
Not once. You're raw dogging the internet. What are you doing?
What else happened this week? Ip Man. Mr. Donnie Yen has been cast in John Wick 4. Oh. He will play an old friend who shares many of the same enemies. But I believe he too will become an enemy.
I think I have to hand it over to the folks who developed John Wick. They're very much paying a good homage to all the great stunt performers.
Omelette du Fromage. Sorry. I think that's the title.
Of course. No, they're really paying homage to a lot of stunt people. Like they have stunt coordinators directing from scenes. It's really like thoughtful. If you watch the Corridor Crew when they do stuntmen react, they have a great breakdown of how these things work. So it's very much like a stuntman movie.
I feel like I have such a...
So why not Ip Man?
I feel like I'm so used to... Like I have such a standard for those type of movies that I've seen those stuntmen work on so much shit for so long. I'm not even that impressed anymore. I'm becoming less and less impressed with fight scenes.
You're desensitized by the
fight scenes are becoming.
But do not look at it as art. Like when something's done really well, you're like, wow, that's a one-shot camera trick. That looks really cool.
It depends. It depends on, like, for example, Bourne Identity when they're fighting in the washroom.
I hate that type of. I hate that type of action filming personally.
I hate that type of action film.
Cut.
Well, that one wasn't a flashy cut. This was why I liked that scene because remember they have the overhead shot of the both in this tight space, trying to fuck each other up, and the tiles are flying off. Great scene.
No, you're right.
Great. That's the best scene in the movie.
That's a great scene.
That's the best scene in the movie for me. So it's like,
but it seems like that and other things that you're like, that's really innovative on how to convey something.
Showing it a different way. Yeah.
Have you seen the Korean movie Old Boy?
I've heard of it.
There's like a hallway scene where anyways, they cut it all short. The hallway scene, buddy has to fight like 100 people. But the way they one-shot it and he's like taking shots and I'm like, oh, this is like, stuntmen were like, fuck it, we're just going to go for it. But like,
Ong Bak.
In one shot.
Ong Bak was a good one-shot fight movie.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
And the hits were real, which was I remember that was the appeal of the movie when it first came out. Was like they show you the hits in slow motion. Like some of the hits, they'd show you a man's getting the elbow, bow on the top of the head, and you're just like,
you're like this is actual violence.
Like this is real shit. Yeah, so it's like it was dope seeing that, but like at the end of the day. None of these guys compare to Steven Seagal. Come on.
The legend.
Come on.
The legend. Does that do it again? The legend himself.
The cabbage breaker himself.
I love Steven Seagal, man. I love that guy with all my heart. He's a terrible man, but he is he's a terrible guy, but he made such brilliant movies in the late 80s, early 90s. Under Siege?
Sounds a lot like
Siege
Universal.
2 has made a lot of bad choices in their lives, of course.
Evil.
In fact, they have.
Made the great movies in the 80s.
Oh, wow. Fuck. Yeah, jeez. Well, no.
Segue.
Well, you got me. They did make a lot of bad movies.
Universal Pictures had the outright audacity.
Well, you know what? They say social media is for engagement.
You wake up as the new head of Universal Pictures. What would you do?
But you see,
for free.
If I'm
no trademarks.
If I'm a Universal person, and I'm like,
what would you do?
There's people who are idiots online every day. Why not we take advantage of their idiocy? Let's just put it up, see what happens.
These fuckers actually wrote ideas underneath, bro. Some of them took it like they should. Satire.
A lot of people are, the people who are coming up with this are like, no, nice try.
This is, it's hilarious to me.
Listen, if you want to give up, but this is the thing.
It's
people
sad.
Are willingly giving up ideas to people who clearly don't know how to handle ideas that they have in the first place.
Well, I think it's more so the studios lost so much money they can't afford writers right now.
This is the thing.
And you're just like, all right, guys.
You're like, we need anything.
Throw it. Let's see what sticks.
All right,
throw it at the wall.
Throw it at the wall. No bad answers.
Take a shot in the dark. So, yeah.
Well, it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good property there that is just going unused, and you're like, why are we not helping them? It's unfortunate. But
last but not least, AMC. Oh. We spoke about this a couple months ago.
Oh, yes, we did.
Them stocks shooting the motherfucking up.
Apparently they are.
I knew it would. I'm very angry.
About right.
I'm very angry.
It's still going to be...
I'm pissed.
I mean...
I am livid.
I mean, who knows?
I could have put money in there.
You could have.
At like $3.
Y'all, this is how stocks work.
It's at 40.
I understand.
It's at 40.
It may plummet again. Listen, it's already an overpriced stock as it is. There's a reason why it was going downwards.
Well, the thing is, the people saved it, right?
Maybe people
to
want
fight
movie
the hedge
theaters
funds
going forward, but it's still going to be a shaky stock.
I think they more so want hedge funds to lose their money.
Of course. And people really, really gunning ho for that.
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness. You think it's going to be like another movie like The Big Short about this?
Eventually. I know we're going to need one in Toronto. They're going to definitely have a documentary on Netflix about Ontario. The way we've handled this pandemic.
There would have to be. Because it seems so ridiculous.
It seems so dystopian. I'm
but here and Alberta, it's been very, very nuts stuff. They're like, there needs to be some sort of documentary about this. Some sort of conversation.
Something. Because especially with everything that Dougie's been doing behind the scenes. Allegedly. Yeah. We got to sprinkle that about.
Allegedly. Yeah,
there's no libel over here.
There's a lot of no libel.
No libel over here.
Do not endorse any of the content.
None of it. None of the opinions I express are my own.
Retweets do not equal endorsements. No, I think there should be some sort of documentary about just the general nature of what happened in the province, and clearly the impact that's going to be happening forward. It's a little frightening.
Because I want to go to a movie theater soon.
I think we deserve it. Well, you got to appreciate all those other things that you're like, I miss going to a theater. Fuck it, I'm going to go to a theater more often.
Well,
and then you fall in love with it.
Drive-ins are going to be my shit again. It was last year.
I'm glad drive-ins are making a comeback.
Right? We need more in the city. I don't know why we don't have one downtown near the docks.
There is.
We have space.
Yeah, there is a drive-in at this. I don't think it's used very often, but there is one by the golf. By where you're gonna go? You're planning on doing a little driving range thing.
That's a golf. That's us also leaving. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe to us on YouTube. We've got way more content than just the podcast episodes coming up. We've got some concession suggestions we're going to be making videos for. We've got video and movie, TV reviews that we're going to be doing. Excuse me. We're going to be doing some TV and movie reviews. Some funny shit, you know how we do. Entertaining you guys, and just bring you guys more and more content. We can't wait to open up everything and be able to finally throw a live show and see some of you guys.
My friends, our friends.
Yeah, man. Just watch some shit together, man. I'm Marlon.
I've been Gabe.
And that was a concession stand.
Peace. Doses.